Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man. Probably presents another episode of Collectors Lounge International. So glad to have everyone here who is tuning in this lovely afternoon with us. So gracious to have you in here. I am your host, of course, the one and only Leo Rockwell for the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel. So glad to have you guys here with us, rocking with us this morning, this afternoon, or whatever, or wherever it may be for you guys, what time of the day it might be, where you sit around the sun, put it that way. I guess that's what it basically means. But again, thank you guys for being here. It's going to be an amazing show, a lot to cover. Might have a few people stopping in here, just a few. I gotta wait and see. I know it is early for a lot of people in different places, but yes, thank you guys and everyone who is tuning in to such an amazing show. Again, get it out the way right off the top. Just to let you know, we are basically in the month of September, going full steam ahead for the Halloween initiative. Again, all proceeds, super chats, everything that you actually donate goes towards making sure that kids have costumes, those who can't really afford it, those who are less fortunate, who are unable to afford to get costumes. We want to basically be able to provide those to them. So all donations count, whether it's $1, $5, $10, whatever you feel as though you want to donate, it's going to go towards such an amazing and worthy cause. Again, none of the super chats that we receive are pocketed. Everything goes towards this. And this is how it's going to be for the next few months, going into Thanksgiving, going into Christmas. We want to make sure that we do our part to support during the holiday season, because that's what it's all about. And I think that that's worth it, is to make sure that, kids can enjoy the holiday season, the holiday festivities, and that families do not have to struggle. That's the whole point of me doing this, is to make sure that I give back and do my part as a content creator, as we all should. Those of us who, know what it means to struggle, know what it means to come from a background where you didn't have everything. And so when you're blessed to get, or you're placed in a position where you are blessed to have certain things and afford certain things, you want to be able to pay it forward. So this is my way of paying it forward. I try to pay it forward as much as I can to the community, and that's what it's all about. So I want to do this, me personally, just to kind of make sure that I give back. So thank you very much for all contributions and everyone who is and has been participating. So we do appreciate that. So I just wanted to get that right off the bat. But yes, thank you so much for being here. Let me go through the chat and see who we actually got in here with us this lovely afternoon. We got Blitz 0065. Hey, what's going on with you? We got Raylo Binks in the building. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Empire Strikes Again. We got Jose Hernandez. We got Windman 42, Agent Silver Fox, Palal 89. Tragedy Tales is in the building with us. Thank you for being here, and a host of others. Hank is coming through. Thank you for being here as always. Good morning to you as well, and good morning to everyone who continues to stop through and continues to contribute. Good afternoon. My bad, it's 12. Hey, no big deal, bro. You know where it is. Around the sun, we sit in different places. As long as we acknowledge our existence, get praise for waking up every single day, give honor to those around us that we love, and support a worthy cause, and just be kind. That's just all about, man. So definitely, Beskar Kid in the building. Thank you for being here as always. So yeah, we got some things to talk about. A lot of things that we're going to actually kind of go through. Me, myself, I want to start. Let's see, where can we actually start? Where should we start? I want to start here, because I think this is basically worthy of having a conversation early in the morning, because again, I quite enjoy the show. Me and a friend of mine, Vince, we have a chance to go to the cinema release of this show, or this episode 5 on Tuesday. We will basically be at a theater in Philadelphia to enjoy episode 5. Episode 4 I thought was simply amazing. Everything that I wanted from it, everything I got from it. And here's the thing, like I said, I mean, with all shows, No matter what it is, there's only so much that you can basically or tell. The story has to be told over 8 episodes, and this is what they're doing. And strategically, you have to approach these shows in a way that you're, paying homage not only just to the lore itself, but you are also making sure that each individual character's arc is honored and that their substance. Not everybody's going to attach themselves to every character. Not everybody is going to enjoy the pacing. I get that. But at the same time, I err on the side that I love a slow crawl because I love development. I love to see where it's going. I love to feel that energy, the emotion in every scene, how it relates to the other, how the relation between characters, the struggle, the balance there to find out what drives the motivation. What is the motivation behind, the theme, where they're going, the direction that they're basically taking. We know that Ahsoka, her motivation right now is to stop Thrawn by any means necessary. Of course she cares for Ezra, but she is trying to stop Thrawn based on what she knows about him. Sabine is looking for Ezra. That's her motivation. At the same time, she's getting past, and I think that's the dynamic between both Sabine and Ahsoka, is because they're all they've been living with guilt for the longest time, their own level of guilt that they're dealing with. And that's why it's good that they're paired together, because they're helping each other, and they're supposed to help each other with it, help see each other for who they really, really are. And I like that. Again, a lot of people said that they don't see the chemistry between them. I do. I definitely do. It's just that you might see chemistry different from me. I might see chemistry different from you, and that's completely understandable. No, there's no right or wrong when it comes to your point of view. You know what I mean? Again, what he always says is from a certain point of view, and that's where it's at. So for me, from my certain point of view, I think that where it's sitting right now is directly where I wanted to be. And we're going to bring this guy in, my bro, all day, every day. You know who it is. Cheating ass Dan is in the building. What's going on with you, bro?
What's up, man? Dan, you here solo?
So far.
I was like, oh shit.
So far. I just wanted to kind of start off, because again, in the interest of time, I didn't want people to wait. So I was like, let me just actually go ahead and start, whatever. So, good. But yeah, I was just talking about, Ahsoka. What's going on, Sean Breeze? I see you in the building. We got Tyree in the building. How you doing? Bobby D is in the building. Thank you for being here as well. Spice Runner is in the building. Blitz 0065. Thank you guys for being here. But I was just talking about Ahsoka, bro, and I was talking about how, again, we just got past episode 4. We're going into like episode 5, and I quite enjoy it, bro, because the thing is, and I enjoy the pacing. I don't want it to be sped up. I didn't want to feel like, we're getting to the action, because there's only so much you can actually do. I mean, people have to remember with the original trilogy, you know what I mean? Episode 1 almost in feel mimicked the first episode of New Hope at that point. You know what I mean? So it was like, I love the simple fact that we're getting that development, that we're, it's not, fast paced the whole way through. And I know a lot of people like that, but when you do that, sometimes you miss cues, you miss, elements of a character that you need to really understand. You need to understand where they're going. You miss that. You miss the developing chemistry between it. I mean, I think with this last episode with Balin, who, shout out to Ray Stevens, the late great Ray Stevenson's, may he rest in peace. I love the episode because, again, it shows where his, the trauma that he's basically been through with, Order 66, but also the simple fact that he, when he says experience in that last episode, it was just that experience. His experience, taught him how to really use the weakness of a Jedi or a weakness of a Force user against them, or anyone, and so to speak, because he's able to tap into a level of the Force where he has foresight, or he's able to actually look into the past, see the emotions and the tragedy that's in the guilt that a person's suffering from, and use it against them. And again, that's what he did with both Ahsoka and Sabine. But the thing is, we wouldn't have gotten that understanding unless we went through episode 1, 2, and 3 to really understand, what it is about Balin. What is his drive? Now, we know that you know, he did say power like you wouldn't believe, but what is that power? And to basically automatically assume that he's working for Thrawn, we can't really assume that. You know what I mean? We don't know what his motive is. You know what I mean? We just know he's trying to get from point A to point B. But I just saw around the community, and here's the thing, you know, Dan, and I want to say this because I respect everybody's opinion. I do. I definitely respect everyone's opinion when it comes to what they're taking from the show. But when it's regurgitated information and you're setting the show up for failure based off of your experience of another, and you're not giving it a fair shot, that's the problem that I basically have. You know what I mean? Like when people are always comparing it to something that came before it, and this is a totally different field. Dave Filoni is giving us something completely different, and we have to ride that wave and see where his way of storytelling is going. And on top of that, a lot of this stuff that we've seen or we're seeing so far isn't new. It's not new in his world. And what I mean by that is a lot of this stuff is a rehash or a touch up of what we got from Clone Wars or Rebels. Now, the thing is, if you decide not to watch it, is it his fault? I don't believe it is. What you think, Dan?
I don't know, man. I feel like people always complain about everything, and like, especially with movies, like ever since forever, like everyone always like. I don't like listen to reviews about movies or TV shows, like just because like everyone always fucking either exaggerates or just over complains about shit. So I always watch things that I like, that you know, and I like to formulate my own opinion. So like listening to all these fucking people hate on this show or any show, it's like I've been ignoring this shit for years. I will continue to ignore it just because these fucking guys, all they do is bitch about stuff that they like. So the way I think is, I'm a very logical person. Like if you're gonna bitch about something, like I need this in this show, I want this, to go fucking work for it. I'm sorry, go work for the companies and influence it yourself. If not, then just shut up and like just accept what's coming on. Like, I mean, you either like it or you don't. You don't have to watch. Like, I just don't understand like why people get their pitchforks and their torches and this sucks. Like, just don't watch it if you don't like it. Even if it is trash or whatever that may be, whatever show it is, it could be terrible. Like, but I mean, in reality, what are we going to do about it? Yes, we can speak our mind, have opinions. That's totally fine. Yeah. But when it gets to the point where it's like every day, like crying about it, like, it gets old, man. Like I knew as soon as like the first couple episodes dropped for this, I was just like, man, people are going to just hate on it. Like, just like everything else. Like, I thought the first couple episodes of Book of Boba Fett were fine. I mean, of course, once it went on, it was not as great, but if imagine just you judge that show from the first two episodes, you think it's pretty decent, but then all of a sudden, you're going to get disappointed when you see the rest of the episodes. That's kind of your fault for like really not taking not seeing the bigger picture. You got to see the whole thing.
Yeah. Like
sit on that.
We it's a tendency to you put so much stock in, and it's what you want, like you said, what you want. So your expectations are set extremely high. Yeah. Like extremely high. We set these sometimes it's like and again, I think we're spoiled by certain things because it's what we desire, what we want to actually see, instead of really respecting the vision of the director, the writer. Right or wrong, like once you get through the entire series, if you thought it was trash, but at least you gave it a chance. You watched the entire thing. You didn't go in the middle and say, yo, this is going to be terrible. No, I understand criticism, because the thing is, criticism is necessary. Opinions are necessary because that's where things kind of move. But when it's not constructive criticism, and it's not constructive, and it's more so the bitching, the moaning, and the tearing things down while it's being built, That's the problem that I actually have, bro. So we're gonna bring in none other than the figure focus.
shit.
Now, mind you, before he talks, I just need everybody out there to really understand this. I have a pad. So I have a list of things not to say around focus. So I have all things listed here, words, phrases, everything that I have down here on my pad, that when we talk to focus, that I'm just making sure that when he talks and I'm speaking to him, I'm like, okay, don't say. So I have a list of that. What's going on with you, bro? How you doing?
Can you hear me? I'm coming in live from overseas.
Exactly. You overseas guys.
Testing. Can you hear me, folks? From overseas. Yeah, how are you doing, folks? I just like to say, if you go back to all of those, you go back to those 6 episodes of Shit Collectors Say, I'm guilty of about 30% of them. Some of them I say myself. I have phrases that I say myself, like, to be fair. I always say to be fair. So it's not me poking fun at everyone else. It's everyone. There's no escape. I say those things too.
Anyway, thank you for being here. And what I was just now talking about, bro, was again, we're talking about the Ahsoka show, and we're talking about the simple fact that, again, you know, we put a lot of stock into, and this is why I decided for myself, you know, even a long time ago, going off of the Book of Boba Fett, going off of Obi-Wan, going off of the Mandalorian, you know, future projects with the Acolytes coming, you know, with the Skeleton Crew that's actually coming, with the future movies and stuff like that. I'm going into it just really understanding and respecting the director and the writer's vision before I basically draw any type of conclusion, and I think that a lot of it should be that way, but also for me, before I say this, I'm saying this for me. This is someone who enjoyed and loves, I am a die-hard Star Wars fan, as you can tell. I am. I've grown up with this shit, was in the theaters originally in 1977. I've seen every film on screen. I have every piece of physical media. I have every book ever written. That's just basically where I exist. But even with that being said, as much as I enjoy it, like Kylo Ren said, I have learned to let go of the past, kill it if I have to. Now, what I mean by that is I respect everything, but going forward, I need to give it a chance, because with all things, it has to progress. That's just like the NBA. When we talk about the NBA, all right, yo, man, we had Jordan, Iverson, we had Pippen, we had, you know what I mean, Penny Hardaway, we had Grant Hill, we had, we talk about the greats, we talk about pretty much everyone who we loved in the past, but the NBA is progressed, it's moved on, it's progression of a franchise, it's progression of things that we love, and I think that we have to sort of like give it a chance and not attach what we enjoyed from the past to what's happening in the future, because then that keeps us complacent. You feel me? So I think that I've learned to let go of that and really look from a fresh pair of eyes what's happening now and where they're going in the future. And I'm so interested and I'm so excited about what is going on. And it's just the possibility of a brand new galaxy and brand new opportunities to experience a brand new Star Wars. You know what I mean? And I get that. It's okay. It's okay for people to have their opinions, whatever, and that's fine. But I think that it has to be constructive and your own opinion, not basically piggybacking off of someone else's just to be heard. That's my point. What do you think?
Can I throw you a curveball?
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me your honest opinion about Thor: Love and Thunder.
Terrible.
My opinion?
Yeah.
My opinion was I watched the film and it was trash. But that was my opinion. But I still went in respecting the director's vision. I didn't say before I saw the film that it was going to be trash. I didn't say, I just said, I'm going to go see it. I'm going to respect the director's opinion, and I'm going to let it be that. After I saw it, I didn't like it because of the direction that they took the character. That's just like when I went and saw Rise of Skywalker. I hated the film because of the direction that they went. But beforehand, I still gave it a chance. That's my point. Go see it. Give it a chance. Don't set it up for failure if you haven't seen the whole thing. We're only halfway through Ahsoka. We haven't seen the entire season yet. We haven't seen 5, 6, 7, and 8 play out. So when you do that, that's when you can say, okay, this season was trash. If you didn't like it, but if you love it, the way. But I'm just saying, if you don't give anything a chance and you're just trashing it before it has a chance to finish, because like you said, Dan, that's what people were doing with Book of Boba Fett. Those first 3 episodes, they saw it, they set everything up for failure. They didn't like it. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like where it's going. Few people did the same thing for Obi-Wan when they trashed Reva's character because they didn't like it. Because of that character, they set the rest of the season up and said, oh, I don't like it. It's trash. It's going to be horrible. I checked out. You hear things that people say. One thing that you basically miss, Shane, is, oh, yeah, I'm checking out. I checked out. That's what we hear a lot. Oh, I'm checking out. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I'm checking out. Okay, you're checking out.
You mean if people watch an episode or two?
Yeah, they check out.
Yeah. The point I'm making is like, as in, look, I'm a diehard Dark Knight fan, like obviously, but like if Dan said, to be honest, Shane, I respect you and all, but I just think that trilogy's trash. I think Christian Bale is not a good actor. I think the voice is just horrible, okay, we can agree on the last point, but I would just go, okay, man, that's fine. That's fine. You do you. It's not going to deter away from my enjoyment of The Dark Knight. Yeah. So with Ahsoka, I wouldn't say, I've used this point a lot. Like, if you are a diehard, if your team is, I don't know, the New York Knicks, or maybe you're a hockey fan, it's the Buffalo Sabres, or you are a Manchester United fan, if your team has a bad few games or a bad few seasons, and you give up on them, you're probably not the greatest or most loyal fan. But at the same time, if your team is doing, silly kind of using silly strategies and maybe just doing silly things, you're going to be kind of going, yeah, like that's probably not the best thing to do. You probably provide some constructive criticism, not that they never listen to it. But so with the Ahsoka show and with Star Wars in general, I just take kind of every day as it comes and every show as it comes. Like after the sequels trilogy, I was like, well, that's it. Maybe I'll never enjoy anything else in the future. I thought that was a genuine possibility. Like, as in I thought, okay, it's the original trilogy, and every now and then I'll give the sequel, the prequels a look, and I'll be like, okay, that's it. Rogue One, fine. But then along came The Mandalorian, and I didn't kind of go, okay, well, I didn't like the sequels, so therefore I can't like The Mandalorian because I'm checked out. I gave it a chance, and it was fantastic. But even now, after loving the first season, second season, I have my gripes with season 3. I'll still watch it. I'll still watch season 4. But I will compartmentalize a bit in the same way I do with all the IPs I love. The Alien franchise, for me, it's just 1 and 2. For Terminator, it's just 1 and 2. For Matrix, it's 1. And there's a lot of things I love, IPs I love, that the kind of the earlier first or second movies are significantly stronger than the later ones, and I just accept that. I just compartmentalized Terminator 1 and 2 is it's a 2-part story, and they ended well when he dropped into that lava with the thumbs up, and that's it. That's so cool. I can do that in my head. And with Star Wars, I do it as well. I do it for original trilogy and for Rogue One and for Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and I'm coming to really like the later parts of the Clone Wars that I'm watching. Yeah, but even though my expectations for Ahsoka were really low because I was kind of scared because of how Book of Boba Fett turned out and how aspects of Kenobi turned out, that kind of said, right, you don't want to go in here with hoping for this is gonna solve all the problems. But I did feel like the 4th episode was the best episode for me. That was a 4-star episode. I loved it, and I'm looking forward to seeing more, and I hope they build on that. Whereas I had legitimate constructive criticism, gripes, whatever you want to call it, with the first 3.
Yeah.
But personally, what I don't do is just devote my entire channel to hating on it, because I don't have the energy to. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely things that I think there's I'll summarize it with this. There is a difference between going, you know what, I didn't really like that part, and here's why, and keeping your temperament, you know, and keeping it like kind of civil, as opposed to kind of going, you know, oh, this is bullshit, this is X, Y, Z, and just, you know, going on a rant and saying this is crap and this is crap and this is crap. I think there is a difference. I think it's okay to kind of, you know, say, look, this is what I liked about the show, this is what I didn't want to like about the show, and just get on with it. Like, because with Star Wars, I do compartmentalize a lot. Even the Book of Boba Fett, overall, the sum of all parts, I don't think it was a great show. But I gotta say, episode 5 and 6 were some of the best Star Wars media I've ever seen. And it seems contradictory or hypocritical, but it's like there was strengths and there was weaknesses.
Yeah.
There used to be, I think it was Total Film. I'm pretty sure back in the day, and I'm talking like when I was about like 14, they kind of, when they were bringing out the kind of reviews of these movies, they had this like graph which showed the peaks of the movie, the best parts of the movie, and then the low points in the movie, the most entertaining part. And it was really cool because you could see like this, you know, okay, the intro was brilliant, but then there's a bit of like courtroom drama and it gets a bit boring, and then there's a really bad part with, you know, some bad dialogue, but then bang, it goes up towards the end and stuff. And I really liked it. And I think sometimes with the Star Wars shows, you can call out the bad, but there is good there too. Like, for example, the Kenobi show, when eventually the boys started fighting, everyone wanted to see that mask split open. Everyone wanted to see half Vader, half Anakin. I thought they did that really good. When Vader choked the guy to death, I loved that. Sorry, I know that's dark, but I did. When he grabbed the rebel starship, you know, because it was Disney, and you're like, Disney are never going to do this. You know what I mean? It was like, give into the darkness a bit. Come on.
I'm pretty sure I stood up and went, yes. I'm pretty sure.
And like, if someone came in there out of context, no, I don't want to choke anyone, but like, it was good. It was perfect for the character. When he grabbed that rebel ship that is escaping, I love that. But I think it's okay to have a Discord, but I think there's extremes on both ends. Like, you know, there's people who say like, you know, this is perfect, and then there's people who say this is absolute trash. Yeah, and not somewhere in the middle where it lies.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the thing, bro. It's okay. It's so what you're saying, and one of the biggest things that you're saying is you gave it a chance. You give it a chance, and then if it doesn't sit well with you, at least you know you've given it a chance. You might see things in here, because look, Book of Boba Fett, you know, first couple of episodes, I loved it. Like I loved, from me, I loved his time more with the Tuscans than I did pretty much with anything else, because I love that story development. I love there was a different story being actually told, that we weren't looking at a lone wolf anymore. We were looking at someone who literally wanted to protect a village, you know, protect the camp. You know what I mean? Because he learned to live and learned customs that were pretty much outside of his own. You know what I mean? Which taught him how to think, not think single-mindedly. You know what I mean? So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of elements. I mean, the Vespa gang, I mean, come on. I mean, that is what it is. It's there. You can't change.
It's an ad for H&M.
Exactly, bro.
That's
it's a ad for them. Yeah, but other than that aspect of it, everything else I enjoyed. Cad Bane coming in, I enjoyed. I even enjoyed, well, a lot of people didn't. I even enjoyed those 2 episodes that we got of Mando with Ahsoka, Luke, seeing that again. I enjoyed that because it was a progressive need for that particular show. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, like, to each their own. But my point is, and like you said, Shane, to devote your entire channel to trashing an IP, and a lot of it's done for likes, clicks, and just to completely continue on with that and perpetuating a negative space. It's incredible, man.
You know what's interesting? I wonder what behind the scenes. So like, there's been a lot of talk about fakery and fake this and fake that for the last week. I'd say like those kind of YouTube channels, and like we spoke about it briefly last week, like we didn't name names, whatever. We're not talking about 1/6 scale content creators here. Basically, these kind of massive channels that devote their channels to kind of crapping on stuff like that. I wonder, are they so far down that path now they realized, oh my target audience likes to hate, so they're the people who are watching, and they're the people who are helping my monetization and super chatting and everything. Like, I wonder behind the scenes, they're like, Ahsoka's all right. You know what I mean? I wonder,
Yeah,
like, is it
what do
real
they
or not?
think?
Like, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this last episode would be, I don't know. It'd be very hard as a Star Wars fan not to like it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it definitely has been the peak so far. And there's definitely aspects of part 1 and 2 I liked. I wasn't a fan of part 3 or the episode 3, but like, there's a lot of shows that are fantastic that there are lulls in. Like, if anyone's Breaking Bad here, the one episode that stands out that is really slow but necessary is the episode with the fly. If anyone knows, you know. And it was necessary. It was extremely slow, but it was so necessary to show how particular he was and how he wanted everything perfect. But yeah, look, I'm looking forward to episode 5. I've heard there are leaks already. I don't know any of them. Thankfully, it hasn't been spoiled. But if they're showing this in the cinema, there's got to be something
quite spectacular that they're
happening,
basically wanting to show. So which
I'm still enjoying this. I don't want to be misconstrued. I'm still enjoying this, but there's aspects I was like, I wasn't gone on that, like, you know, and that's
see that, Shane, that's what I'm talking about. That right there is understandable because there's aspects where you probably question where the direction was with this, or it didn't quite sit with me, or this something about this I didn't sit with, but you didn't devote an entire time just trashing it. You know what I mean? Like everything about the series, and it hasn't even. You're giving each episode a chance, like you said, day by day, just see it for what it is and where it's going to actually go. You know what I mean? Just completely trashing it before it ends. And like somebody brought up earlier, Thor: Love and Thunder. If I had gone into that theater and walked out when I felt as though I wanted to walk out, then I wouldn't have gave the entire film a chance. I know
when you would have walked out. You would have walked out about 10 minutes in when the first goat. Yeah,
bro.
Definitely by the second goat.
Bro, like literally, I wanted to scream, bro. I wanted to walk out so bad, but I was like, you know what? Number one, I paid my money to be here. You know, I'm in there with both my daughter and my girl, and I'm like, you know what? We'll just go ahead and we'll get through this. I'll watch it. Maybe there's a deeper meaning, a silver lining, something for me to actually get, and I'll just walk away with it that way. I sat down, gracefully watched the entire movie. After it was done, I got up and I just walked out the theater. No conversation, walked out because I was displeased at what I saw. You know what I mean? And I know that it could have been better. Thor is one of my favorite characters. And to see that character done that way, it didn't sit well with me. And I just didn't agree with it. But, oh, well, it is what it is. It's the director and the writer's choice. So do what you will with it. I just didn't like it at that point. But I gave it a chance. So that's all I'm saying. I mean, that's basically where I'm at and where I'm sitting with it. But I learn to move on.
Have you already talked about the peaks of this episode, the highlights of this episode?
What you say now?
Have you already talked about the highlights of this particular episode, or
no? I didn't. We didn't actually get to that because we were just kind of talking about. But there were, like you said, there were some incredible highlights, bro. Mm-hmm. Like just from beginning to end. Certain things that I've seen. I mean, and questions that were answered, speculations that a lot of people had. I will say this right off the bat. I am so glad that Morak was just a character that had no association with Starkiller, Ezra, Darth Maul, or any other expectations that were out there. I'm so glad they erred on the side of just making this a regular character, a regular inquisitor that was brought back to life through, Night Sister magic. You know what I mean? So what did you think in general about the episode, though? The highs for you?
Me?
Yeah.
There was a lot to get through, but I'll try to pick out a few of them. The whole Marak thing, like they could have very easily just shoehorned someone else in, like, oh, he's, like you said, he's Starkiller or he's someone else, like to for the cameo and for the fan service, but they just killed him off as if he was nothing. It's like, Game of Thrones do that. It shows great strength in writing, and I really, really like that. I definitely felt Rosario Dawson had more range in this episode there emotionally, which was fantastic. She wasn't a stoic, because that was one of the things I was a bit sketchy on. Obviously, it's great. We can do spoilers, obviously, I presume everyone.
Yeah. Because it's been spoiled.
What we see on the screen anyway, like it was pretty damn cool to see Hayden back. All the scenes with Baylan Skull class, all the scenes with Shin Hati. My favorite part of the whole thing, probably, like, you take all the lightsaber fights and everything out of it, and seeing X-wings again, that's always gonna trigger the member berries, and I've no shame in saying that. The X-wings are what really drew me into Star Wars because I was more of a vehicles kid, and seeing that trench run for the first time was something I was like, these are the coolest looking things ever. Like, so anytime that turns up is great. But one of my favorite things about it was Sabine kind of selling Ahsoka out. Now I know we don't know which way it's going to go.
Yeah.
But like, you kind of think, did she just, is it her love for Ezra making her give over that map, or is it he's doing the Jedi mind trick at the same time? It was a bit, I don't know what, it seemed to be a bit of Jedi Sith mind trick, but then part of it seems like she only needed a push anyway because she really wants to find Ezra. I thought that's a spanner in the works for me. That's like, okay, now, remember we were talking about this before, the mind slow things, but when it's cerebral and there's a bit of a, that definitely, now this episode wasn't slow at all. This was like, I actually really liked that part. So there's a lot to like here. Yeah,
and like you said, like with Sabine, I think the deepest part about this whole thing is that Ahsoka knew. She already knew that this is what Sabine was going to do. She was just hoping that she was wrong. You know what I mean? She knew that Sabine would not destroy that, star map, that her motivation is to get to Ezra. And to see that didn't go that route, she did, in fact, give in to her desires. And that Baylan, again, he used that against her. His intelligence, his experience, like he said, is what, kind of pushed that along. So you're right. Like that scene, I was like, yo, please don't destroy it. Just give it to him. Just go with him. Oh,
DC Fet's comment.
Yeah, she would destroyed it and they just rolled the credits. That would have been hilarious.
Yo, right?
Just like, all right, show's over.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I wanted. I'm so glad that they did not do that, and they just kind of let that play out. What did you think, Dan, of the episode in general?
I was great, man. I just, the only question I have of Ahsoka is like, why is she like trying to impose all these Jedi, like rules on Sabine when she's not really a Jedi herself.
Not a Jedi, yeah, bro.
So I don't know. I find that weird. Maybe she's still trying to, I don't know. She's in that in-between space, and I get that. But other than that, like, the episode was great. I'm excited for episode 5. The lightsaber battle was dope. I really like seeing Baylan's lightsaber style. Like, he's fucking strong. So it was dope.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah,
it was definitely, it was incredible. I mean, I think where I'm at right now is, I'm definitely anticipating this scene, to find out how she got to the world, the worlds between worlds, what role that Anakin plays in this. If we're still seeing if that's Anakin himself, which version of Anakin are we looking at? There's also been a lot of speculations out there as if, in fact, it's the brother or Mortis, the Mortis god, the father itself, or if in fact Anakin was born a Celestial. You know what I mean? If basically that's what he was, in general. So there's a lot of speculations out there. But again, I can't wait till, Tuesday to see how it plays out. I'm excited about it. I'm definitely am. But I know
Thursday.
No, Tuesday.
Oh, right.
Tuesday. Yeah. Because I'm going to the theaters. Me and Vinny are going to the theaters to see it. We got tickets to go see. But the only thing is, it's like you get the tickets. It's, first come, first serve. You get those tickets, whatever. But yeah, when you go, you got to get to the theater early because when they fill it up, and you can't get in. So it is what it is. But I know what a lot of people were excited about finally this week, and I'll talk about this right here, is the C-3PO. A lot of people were basically excited about the Clone Wars Episode 2 C-3PO figure. To finally see it released after they teased it. Now, they teased us, what, 2 months ago? Was it 2 months?
Something Remember the R2 came out.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
And, I remember when, companies like, of course, Toys Wonderland had put it up, that they were going to start selling it. And I thought, well, okay, then Hot Toys is, Sideshow eventually get the notification, they'll start doing whatever. And that hadn't been done. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, feel bad for anyone who bought that shit. Thinking it was gonna come out day one.
Yeah, right. And it didn't. And you know what's crazy, bro? What I didn't even take notice to, and I'm looking at this right now, and I saw this earlier. I was like, yo, this arm, when you look at it, I did not know, bro, that is the same arm utilized for Echo in the Bad Batch, bro. I didn't know that he had a C3, that he had like he had a protocol droid arm like as a spare part. I didn't know that, but that's what it is. And I was like, oh, that's some shit.
Like, yeah, it does. It does. I just noticed that too. That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, wow, I didn't even notice that at first, but this detail, like how they throw it in there. But Dan, are you getting this piece, bro?
Nah, man. I'm waiting for the the Return of the Jedi one.
Yeah.
That's the one I gotta have.
Yeah.
I actually might end up getting two of those.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I have to have that one. Yeah, this
one. Two of the
cool
Return of the Jedi 40th?
Yeah, I might.
Baller.
He said baller.
What's your vision?
Well,
you're getting two for a reason. Like,
all right, so one of them would probably be for my girl because C-3PO is her absolute favorite character in Star Wars, and like she really wants it. So I might end up just giving it to her.
Oh, that's sweet.
I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely would like to have multiple ones because then I can have C-3PO in different eras in my display. So that's another justification for it for me. And I don't really do that often. So but C-3PO definitely have to have it, but just not this version. I don't need this one. But yeah, man, it's cool. I do like all the detail. I believe Dre is trying to pick this up.
Okay.
So you might see some pictures of it soon on our Instagram. But yeah, it looks dope. I like the weathering and all that, but it's just I can't.
Classic OT, bro. Like just
I can't. If I could get both, I would. But I think the Return of the Jedi one, just I have to. That's a priority for me.
Yeah, that's the way I felt. That's definitely a priority when they dropped it because we knew it was coming when we saw this. But I know a lot of people were after this specifically because of the weathering, because it was Attack of the Clones, where it fell within that space. And again, like there's a lot of people.
I can't wait to see some reviews on it, man. It's gonna look amazing.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely will. Shane, are you going to get your hands on this, bro?
Man, literally everything. Just that Dan said, he took the words out of my mouth. I already have the 40th anniversary pre-ordered because I saw this come out and I was thinking, surely they're going to do an original trilogy one. A lot of people were saying, don't bank on it. It's not going to happen. I was in the camp that I did think it was going to happen because now they have the molds and everything done. We know there's no weird licensing issue, whatever, or it's a sideshow. I think, so like I'm looking forward to the 40th anniversary. I don't need two and I don't collect prequels, so it just makes sense that I'm getting the do you know what, it's the end of it. Like, I'm sounding like I'm just justifying it. I want the original trilogy one, I don't want this one. Do you know what I mean? It's just that simple. Like, it's my collection, I'll do what I want, you know what I mean? I feel that sometimes like on these streams we have to break down like our reasoning and stuff like that. I know that's the point of the stream, but like you're right. Got the 40th anniversary one on pre-order, looking forward to it. But same as Dan says, like this looks super. Anything that's weathered and chipped up and battle damaged, I always give it an extra look because I just think it adds more character. So this looks super. So it would look great next to all those Attack of the Clones figures.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like I wanted to really, I like this. Don't get me wrong, but for me, I had to decide which version I wanted. You know what I mean? Which version made the most sense for me? Which version I could see more with longevity for me going throughout the trilogy? But this right here, for a lot of people, is definitely like a Grail. It would seem to be like a Grail piece because, again, you get your hands on it. It is representation of Clone Wars. It definitely looks great. It's a hell of a figure. But again, it just depends on where you kind of sit with it. If it's something that you want in your collection or you desire to have in your collection. For me, again, that, Return of the Jedi, that's timeless because you can actually use that is a representation of all three films. Even some of the future IPs. That one right there just makes the most sense for me. That's why I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stick with that one and get that one. Then plus the simple fact that I waited too long with my thought process, and this went the wait list. So I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna try. I tried to get it, just think about possibly getting it through Ray, but he doesn't have it. So I was like, you know what, then my first decision, my first instinct was right. You know what I mean? Just let it go and just focusing on getting that C-3PO from Jedi, and yeah, I'm all in for that. Plus the Vader from Jedi with the light up helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Are either of you holding out for a 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi R2 or original trilogy R2, or like, do you have R2 already? Or
I got the Attack of the Clones one because I do like the weathering, and it's subtle enough where it's like not it's not like over the top. So I think that could be like my Dago bit of, I can fit that in with my Bestman Luke and the Snowspeeder Luke, all that. So that works.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah,
but yeah, I'd probably get another R2, to be honest with you, as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that they do. That we're still not done with the Return of the Jedi 40th. Again, like the same kind of thing. Like when this came out, I was kind of going, right, I'm going to hold out for the original trilogy one, and that may never come. Yeah. So I'll just have to be comfortable not having one. So I'm glad they've done it. But now I'm in the same position with the R2. I do think they're going to do another original trilogy R2 in the future, but it's just a question of when, isn't it?
Honestly, Shane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a little bit of enabling here, but that Attack of the Clones is really fucking good. It has all the bells and whistles. Even has the same slot for the Return of the Jedi. The one that the old one has for Luke Skywalker's saber.
For the saber, that's cool.
So it has a little spring and it pops up. It's
the saber obviously doesn't come with it though, but you can put the saber in.
You can put the saber in. It's
but
it's
been looking at the OT one. There was like there was like an OT deluxe one. It's I've seen a few price I've been willing to pay, but I'm kind of going, right, is this the right time? If they might be on the verge of dropping another one, so I'm gonna take the risk and wait. But that they look, none of these figures look bad. Like this looks amazing, like, and so does the R2. So
yeah, definitely, man. And it is, like I said, I mean, having a swap out head sculpt with the battle droid, that definitely looks dope. To recapture that moment. Yeah, right. So, you know what I mean? Having that really looks good. And the simple fact that, like I said, there's a representation of something that a lot of people like, we have a lot of people who grew up with the prequels. You know what I mean? So that's their depiction of Star Wars, just like it is for us with, OT. So again, to have something like this, in your collection is phenomenal. Me, I just, again, I had to go with the gold, bro, because like I said, that no matter how many times they, and I get what Spice is saying, they're going to probably reissue that, or they may or may not. This, they're not going to reissue. We're not going to see for a while. Fair assessment. Again, I think it just sits where you want to go. You know what I mean? For me, I just wanted to have the gold, and I already have the R2, and to have them both together, just again, it just completes just that feel of that OT experience for me. So that's pretty much where I'm at. But anyway, there's no win or lose because you're still killing it with this. It's an incredible piece. So anybody out there getting this, let me know what you think.
I just want to tell Mark Attack that I'm still not comfortable with the fact that he flew. Still not comfortable with that.
Word definitely, man, definitely. He said, remember, OT fans hated R2 could fly. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true, bro. It's
rare you hear me say though that I hate something, but
you didn't like when he flew, bro.
No.
I don't think and that's the thing. It's like a lot of people.
I'm not going to be pressured by the chat to like something that I don't like.
You know what? I didn't mind it, but here's the thing: I didn't mind the simple fact that he flew, but it's just the simple fact that, again, it was explained in the prequels, but never seen in like the OT. Like we never seen him, get from point A to point B in that aspect of it. You know what I mean? Like it did. On top of that, he didn't need, if he could actually fly, he didn't need the assistance in Return of the Jedi to get aboard the ship. You know, when he was stuck in the sand. You know what I mean? Like, so when I think about that, I'm like, okay. But at the same time, I'm okay with it. I'm just thinking about those minor details. But, you know, it's crazy. That's funny. But moving on real quick. I want to talk about this. Like I said, I want to beat a dead horse because, again, we know that everybody has been talking about this all week. But I do want to say that I've seen a few people who actually have this in hand. And I must say, in hand, even though I'm still not going to get it, it's not something I need. But I must say, in hand, it looks totally different. It looks really, really decent the way some people actually have this position. And you know, I know when we got it this week, you know, a lot of people were talking about the head sculpt. It is still funny to me in certain aspects, but a lot of people, this is decent. Like, seeing it this way looks decent. And again, with the glasses on, you know, you get the typical goggle feel of Doc Ock, the way we know him. But I did see a few people who actually have this in hand, and it looks good, bro. Like, from what I see and how they have it, it looks incredible. It doesn't look bad at all. Again, I just already have the Toys Era version, and for me, I'm fine with that because I already have the representation, so I'm good. But yeah, I mean, I just seen a few people posing. I seen that Marcy's video, he has it. There were a couple of other people who actually have it in their collection. You know, they've been posting on Instagram and stuff like that. Here's my question. Like, seeing this, and I wanted to ask the both of you about it, like seeing this figure, right? Knowing that we still have, you know, Electro, we still have the Goblin, you know what I mean, with both head sculpts on both. Like, so are you, because if we look at this piece, because I was thinking about this, the head sculpt isn't that far off from the prototype, right? Like, there's not too many minor changes they've made from the prototype. Am I correct by saying that?
Yeah.
Right?
Very, 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 very slight, if any. Like,
slight, right? So, is it fair to say then that we might get the same treatment with Electro and the Goblin? That they might not deviate too far away from the head sculpts and they might keep it almost the same? Because I think we're starting to see this now. With the head sculpts are almost similar. It's sort of like, I don't know if they're getting with these factories or these, you know, these companies that they're dealing with and saying, look, no, we want it to be almost damn near close, if not as close as you can get it to the prototype. Do you think that, you know, and we always, things that people say, I always say this, Shane, because you might want to jot this one down too. You know, innovation. Write that one down too, bro. Innovation. So do you
innovation, doing your job right, lads. Sculpt the thing to make it look like the actor.
Yeah, right. So we're starting to see this, and before
shrink ray
is the best way to describe a bloody good head sculpt, though.
Right.
Shout out to Collecting Weekly, boys.
Right. So before now, mind you, I just dropped my voice down because before we continue, I got to bring this guy in because, you know, it is Calvin. And when he comes in, we got to kind of drop it down an octave just to kind of make sure that we introduce the, you know, what's going on with you, Calvin? How you doing, man? You good? You smooth? You in the building? How you doing, man?
These are the first words I've spoken this morning. So I'm sure it's a few octaves lower than normal, but good morning, everybody.
Good morning, bro. So glad to have you here, man, with us, and good morning. But no, but what I'm just saying is, like, you know, we're talking about these figures, Calvin. And I'm gonna get to you in a minute, but do you think now, are you optimistic and a bit more happier that it's a possibility, Shane, that that the sculpts might be almost damn near similar or identical to the prototype, that we're kind of moving into that phase where they might make it identical to what we got from the prototype?
But that's not a problem for Electro or Goblin because those sculpts are awesome. Like,
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
The problem was, right, when I see a prototype, I'm expecting, okay, we're going to get that best case scenario. or we're going to
Yeah.
get slightly lower,
Yeah.
realistic scenario, or
Yeah.
on an outlier, a Tony Stark and Ant-Man, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But this here, the difference is, JC Hong on his Facebook came out and said, not the final product. Because it was almost like people are not going to like this. That gave me hope. I won't make that mistake again. So I'm getting this. I have it on pre-order. I'm still hyped about it.
What this
Like,
this Ock?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay.
hyped about it. I've got it on pre-order.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. But I'm not going to sit here and say this, defend the head sculpt. The head sculpt is not a 10. The head sculpt is not a 9. The head sculpt is not an 8. The head sculpt is at 7 with the glasses at best, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's not really, it's detracting a small bit from my hype.
Yeah.
But I know when this is there, like that tailoring, the outer coat, the inner
Boy, got
coat,
that Egger cut.
the tentacles, everything. I'm actually really looking forward to this, but like I'm not gonna. This is an unbiased opinion because I should be saying, oh, this is fine, everything's great, yeah. But no, it's the head sculpt. It's definitely not their finest work. Let's be honest. So this is constructive criticism. But I can still see Alfred Molina here, and again, like each to their own different opinion. I know that you have the Toy Zero one though. I do think this is going to be a better product overall though than the Toy Zero one. But yeah, look, I'm still excited about it, but the head sculpt is it's a bit disappointing, especially that JC Hung did come out and say this is not the final product, and what we got was maybe a slight improvement on the prototype.
Yeah, he
but
did
not
basically say that, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did say that.
did,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, JC, why'd you do it? But yeah, man. I mean, it again, it's not going to be for everybody. But the reason why I'm hype about it is because, again, you said that JC said that, but it wasn't as much of an improvement that we got from the original, and it almost bears the same resemblance to the
Sorry,
prototype.
Leo. Sorry.
Yeah.
Some random person stumbles across this channel, and you're going, that JC did say this. They'll think this is the religious channel. They will. The great JC said that this head's going to be okay.
Right,
Yes.
definitely, bro. For somebody who's never seen it. 1 6-figure shot, man. Thank you for being here from Canada, man. Appreciate you for being here. JC just chapping. Just capping. But yeah, I mean, Dan, what you think about this, bro? Like, do you think again, looking at this, it does give us hope for what we'll possibly see in the future with Electro and the rest of it. And first of all, Dan, are you getting this figure?
Nah, man. I don't want to, but I can't lie. If this goes like at a pretty decent price in the aftermarket, or maybe at another retailer, I might pick it up. But it's not something that like I'm clamoring for. I do like Doc Ock. I think he's one of my favorite villains, but I don't like the way he looks. Like this head sculpt, like it. And it's not even just the head sculpt either. Like I love the way he looked in Spider-Man 2. The outfit, like it was a little bit different. It's very similar, but slight differences. Like the coat was a bit more brown. This one's a bit more green.
Yeah.
I do like it. But the head sculpt, it's not enough for me to like really. It's
forward,
fine,
yeah.
but it's just. My villain, the one that I want the absolute most, is that Hobo Goblin. That is one I must have.
Yeah.
Because Green Goblin
Same.
is one of the absolute best Spider-Man villains in general. So, I need that one. I'm even considering getting like the other Goblin as well from the original suit. But Hobo Goblin's the priority. This, like I said, like Shane said, the head sculpt's not great, but I think it's everything else is fantastic on it. I could live with the head sculpt. Like, not everything's going to be a home run, and this isn't as bad as Star Ace or anything like that. So it definitely can get worse, and it's not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, this will be definitely something I'd get on a deep discount, if at all. Not something that like I'm clamoring for, but to anyone who got this, it's a dope piece, man. Definitely something we probably won't see ever again, if not for a long time. So
Yeah, definitely.
I'm good for now.
Definitely. Calvin, I don't, Calvin, were you going to get this or were you just like kind of on the fence?
I haven't ordered, and I do plan on getting it. The more I've thought about it since it released, I have the Toys R Us one, but I got the second batch, and my tentacles are shit. So I had
this
to buy
makes
some
sense for you.
solution, and literally had to break down every individual one, apply the solution several times just to get it to hold space. So if I pick it up, they just crumble. So I need some tentacles that work. So I'm looking forward to this piece. Now, don't get me wrong, this Toys era for the last 2 years has been a great presence, but I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I think, like I said, I mean, I saw a lot of the photos, the prototype photo. I mean, not prototype photos, a lot of the production photos, but also people who have this figure in hand. And when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, you know, it's not half bad. It's really, really not half bad. I'm still not going to get it, but it's still not as bad as originally, you know. Again, we know that like sometimes photos just don't do it justice. Another thing that people say, Shane, I'm just giving you ammunition if you want to write this stuff down. You know what I mean? I hope you're keeping tabs. But you know what I mean? It's
we all say them.
So
No
you're
one's
saying
innocent.
you're not securing the bag on this one? Is that what
no,
you're saying?
definitely not. I'm not securing the bag on this.
I secured the bag. I secured
He
the bag. That's what-
changed
the deluxe bag. The deluxe bag.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, I'm not definitely not going to do it, bro. I mean, again, I mean, to each their own. I'm happy that people will get this if they didn't get the Toys R Us version, if they were waiting for it, then fulfilled for them. You know what I mean?
How much was this?
I don't know.
$360
$360.
$360 for the deluxe 360.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that's the deluxe that came with the nanotech,
nanotech,
right?
right.
Yeah.
So right now on Toys Buy an Agent, it's roughly around $330 before shipping. So with shipping, it might equal out. So it's not bad.
Yeah, definitely not.
I gotta
bad.
get this, like, 'cause I love Tom Holland, and I'm a No Way Home's Tom Holland's simp, so I'm just pushing back there against
Simp.
against Beskar and Mark Attack giving me shit. I see you, boys. Come at me.
Come at me. He said basically come at me. Okay. So again, excited for those who will be able to get their hands on it. Again, not as bad. Another figure that is not as bad that I saw in person in hand that a lot of people are getting. This is one that I am getting, that I have on pre-order because, you know, I definitely wanted it, but not too many people do, and that's fine. Was this one. And this is basically the Kate Bishop from the Hawkeye series. I did see sideshows, you know, unboxing, you know, Terry was unboxing this until reveal type of situation. So we did have a chance to actually see that. You know, I did see, again, MRC, a couple other people who actually have it in their collection, and it looks better. It definitely does look better, you know, in person, in hand, than what it does look like, you know, when it comes to like photos because of the editing. So I think that, and the filters that are basically used sometimes can like really, you know, if you know, you can have the detail or the sharpness. Sometimes the sharpness can kind of dull it out as well, but still in hand it looks good, you know, and it gives me the articulation that I want from it. Again, I have the Hawkeye, I have other figures, I have Yelena, and I think that, you know, definitely when we talk about companion pieces, or this is just a solo figure that's going to have in my collection, I think you need to look at your collection a bit more, because there's, and again, and I say this not to tell you to get it, but I'm just saying there are companion pieces that you can have with this figure. If you have the Ronin, you can pose it with that particular figure. If you have Yelena, you can pose this figure with that figure as well. There's so many opportunities, and again,
Sorry, Leal.
Yeah.
Sorry, Leal. I'm really sorry I interrupted you, right?
Yep.
But you just influenced everyone in the chat. Now, everyone in the chat, they don't have minds of their own. They're going to go out and buy this now just because you said you're buying it.
Well,
you just influenced everyone, man. Come on, man. You have a social responsibility here.
Right.
Come on. Jeez.
Right.
I can't believe you just did that. I'm so annoyed at you.
Right. But nah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, there are companion pieces that you can actually pose with it, but I get it again. It's not for everybody. I just wanted it, you know, from the very beginning, because I am a fan of, you know, Kate Bishop in the comics itself, Born Leader. And I'm actually hoping that we do get, you know, the Young Avengers in the MCU done right. but again, is it is what it is. I know, Dan, this wasn't one that you were going to get, right?
Nah, I was gonna get this without Hawkeye, and they didn't make Hawkeye, so it's a pretty easy pass. But this is another one, maybe pick up for like really cheap, but I highly doubt it. There's just other things I need to get in my collection first.
Yeah,
very low on the priority list for me, but
yeah. Nah, definitely. I get it, bro. If it's going to be not something that you would want, then definitely I wouldn't do it. Definitely wouldn't do it.
I still need that Mark 6, dude. The with the full gantry. I haven't pre-ordered that.
Yeah, I know.
Still gotta get it.
Right. Yeah, that definitely is. What about you, low key? This is something that you were passing on too, right?
Yeah, I'm a pass, but y'all got me wanting to go. Excuse me, got me wanting to go watch Pitch Perfect just to see her on screen because she fine.
Yeah, bro. Definitely. But yeah, man. I mean, again, not something specifically for everybody, but I know there's a few people out there who really do like it. That probably will get it. Shane, I know you're like, nah, it's a pass for me. No FOMO.
No, man. No, I think the only archer I kind of want at the moment really is the maybe the endgame Hawkeye possibly. So yeah,
it's a good one. I used to have it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, because even though like I don't have all of the endgame line, I do have a lot of figures I like from endgame, so that would make sense. Like, so yeah, no. Yeah.
I want to bring this up really quick here too, because we got some news, and this basically moving on from this. We got some interesting news, the other day. I know that Yost from Jazz Inc. was on Mafia's channel, and they were talking about this, and he said that this is a definite thing. This is what they're doing. And that is, they are giving us the Jedi Starfighter, one that was teased, with Sideshow, and Hot Toys, but Jazz Inc. is taking the opportunity, to do it. Now this is going to be something for a lot of people who were in that discussion about the Jedi Starfighter, who was pushing and cramming for it. Now this is crazy because they're giving us this. I don't know if he said they're going to actually do the modified Naboo and one Starfighter for Mando. I don't know, but he said this one definitely right here is a definite. Now I'm gonna start with you first, low key, because like I said, you have a lot of their vehicles. They're doing a Jedi Starfighter. Do you know how big this sumbitch is going to be, bro?
I've got the Batwing. I've got the Batwing coming, so I have a pretty good idea.
Right?
I don't think this will be as big as that, though. To be honest with you,
I just know they do big shit. So I don't get so much surprise when big boxes show up at the house anymore. So
you're getting the Batwing, yeah?
Massive. Yeah.
Oh man. And like, is that like something you were paying off for a long time, or is this kind of more recent?
I've got it on the payment plan.
Oh man, that's amazing.
So I originally I told myself I wasn't going to do it since I already have enough vehicles as it is, and he sold out. And I was like, cool, I'm good. And then I guess people canceled, and he re-released it, and I was like, damn it. All right, let me go ahead and make this plunge. So hence why I'm backing up off of a lot of other stuff lately.
Doc Inner said it's smaller than the Snowspeeder, so
I like that.
Because that's huge.
That sounds better. That definitely sounds better, because that Snowspeeder, bro. Whoo! I mean,
if they did an X-wing, I would be in trouble.
Oh yeah, right.
I would be in.
Oh hell yeah, bro! If they did that, Shane's getting that shit. I don't care. He might basically said he's not going to do it, but if they did an X-wing from OT, Shane's doing that shit.
He's not going to say anything. He's not going to say anything. It's just going to be hanging from the ceiling one day.
It's just, you know what?
Yeah, and you know what? My live streams will look like this, because it's literally here, like, you know, and I'm gonna have to stream like this, and then I'll end up walking around the place with like a hunch or something, like, because I don't have anywhere to put that stuff, man. I need a new house, like.
Hey yo,
Yeah.
we're gonna be watching one of Shane's live streams, and he's gonna be talking about like, yeah, no, I don't have it, and it's gonna fall just like that DX19.
The quarter scale, it wasn't the DX19.
Oh,
Or no,
quarter
the
scale, yeah.
camera. He's gonna have it hanging somewhere. His
Yeah,
camera's
bro.
gonna magically fall,
Stop.
and we're gonna look up and see it. He's like, "Oh, you guys
Yeah.
don't see that."
The
Hell yeah.
standless gods punished me for using a stand that day.
Hell yeah. Second brother says I am in on this piece, man. So definitely he said he's in.
It's tempting.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if he said it's gonna be smaller, then definitely is something to really, really, you know, that's a discussion to be had. But it's just the simple fact that he's doing it. I'm here. It's crazy because how? Like, if you don't necessarily have the IP, how are you pulling this shit off? Like if you don't have, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I'm glad he's doing it, but I'm just like, yo, I'm trying to figure out like, how is this being done? Like, how is this being done with zero, like,
He just calls it Jedi ship or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
When people got the snow speeder, when people got the snow speeder, was it labeled? Did it have branding on it? Did it have like Empire Strikes Back, snow speeder, or was it just like a generic kind of a box type thing?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like people who actually have the snow speeder, what was it named? Like, what did they name it? Because I know when I got the snow speeder, like Ray's snow speeder, it was a scavenger or something like that. It was different. You know what I mean? It wasn't basically Ray's snow speeder. It was something completely different.
Yeah, probably the same.
I'm just, yeah, like, but I mean, like, why don't they just? It's like, yo, Lucasfilm, you see that this dude is doing a phenomenal job. Why don't y'all just, you know what I mean? If he wants to just do vehicles, non-figures, just give him a license to do the vehicles.
My question is, are we gonna have the option to get the yellow or the red?
This is that's the question.
Is gonna come with the R5 and R2 heads?
That's the question. Or is he only the only way that he can get away with doing this is by doing Obi-Wan Starfighter and not Anakin's, because of the fact that it does have that Luke. I mean, it has the R2's, astromech droid, in the cockpit there.
Okay, right on. Beskar. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm wondering if in fact that the only way that he can get away with doing it is if he's doing this. He said 2 color options. So if it's going to be 2 color options, then I'm guessing that he is going to give us R2 and R4. That's a good question. So we'll see. I mean, I guess he's going to give it, or just call them mech droids or something like that, and not give it like the names. I don't know. So Dan, would you pull the trigger and get it?
I wouldn't know if I would pull the trigger, but I mean, it'd be very tempting because I could definitely put my Obi-Wan in that, in his Starfighter. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. But I get 2? Hell no. But man, it's cool as shit, man. Like when I saw the Hot Toys one like years ago, like I was like, that's cool as fuck. Like that's really like one of the coolest things like I've seen for like action figures. Like so yeah, it's dope, but Jazz Inc. like has really cool stuff, but it's a little bit out of my price range for what I like to collect. Like for those prices, I can get a Prime 1 statue, if not something better. Like so yeah, and I have the space for it. I don't.
You just don't know if you're going to go down that lane.
I want to.
Yeah.
Let's just say I don't know if I want to pay that much money.
I thought you want one of my Batmobiles, though. I thought you're supposed to pay for that.
I ain't trying to pay for it. I say give that shit for the free.
It's kind of a terrain vehicle, a vehicle like the, say, like I know the Batmobile, take for example, the 89 Batmobile or the DeLorean. I think they're easier to display than a vehicle that is supposed to fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when I think about like these flying vehicles, I think the optimum's probably, let's say someone has a big basement and all around the edges they've got their either module cases or detofs or whatever, and then in the middle they have like pedestals or glass cases that are about like, you know, maybe just below eye level or maybe just above hip level, so you can walk around them, you can see on top of them, you can crouch down, see underneath. You know what I mean? They're more difficult to display, I think. Yeah, I know, just on that. Like,
well, they already have community. There's a shop in his community chat that made a mount for the Batwing and another flying vehicle. Yeah. So there's already people that kind of work with him to make these things happen. Because that's how I plan to display mine, is to have it mounted from the wall so it can be up and out the way. Because it's going to be massive otherwise.
Yeah, that's probably
And Blitz, Keith put the measurements here in the chat. If you want to highlight that, this thing's going to be a big boy.
3 feet.
Just the 30, the wide and the length alone.
3 feet.
Shit.
Width and the width.
36 inches long, 28 by 25 wide, 16 by 25 tall. That's still pretty big, bro.
It's pretty large.
That's pretty big, bro. Like, I mean, I would have to wait and see how it looks in Shane's hands to kind of really determine if
That's like the footprint of my statue if I laid it
like,
down sideways. Like, that's how large it would be.
You're gonna have to start training to lift that, man.
Nah, I mean, again, it's not. I don't think. Yeah, I guess it's just one of those situations where, like, I mean, you would have to see. I mean, because I know there's going to be changes. There's going to be definitely changes because, I mean, he works really, really good with the community, with people who, you know, basically are going to get this in hand or want this. They'll give him some pointers on, okay, you might want to change this and stuff like that. And he listens, you know,
and makes the changes on top of that.
And
not
makes
only does
the
he
changes.
listen, he will make the changes.
He makes the changes, and that's just the dope part about it, is because he's done that with this. We've seen a lot of those changes with the Batmobile, the '89 Batmobile.
Several of them, the '95. He made changes to that one as well.
Yeah, bro. So he does a good job with making those changes and making it worth it. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, you know, seeing where he goes, you know, with that, man. And for people who want it in hand, I think it's, you know, definitely going to be a beautiful thing, man. If you want it, you know,
I still gotta get the dewback too. The dewback and the 1989.
Can we highlight Mark Lee's comment?
What he said?
That is hilarious.
He said, "I'm getting the dewback in 2022 and '89 Batmobile. I don't have room for what." He said, "And 2022 and '89 Batmobile. I don't have room for this unless I move a kid out." Right? Like, yeah. Luckily enough, I have this basement, but even having a basement, like, I have to look at everything. Like, I don't have as much space as I think I do for these things without it getting in the way of like Toya's space. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. They said shipping on this is probably going to be $800. Ooh, Jesus.
Well, I want to see a Jedi starship just floating in the background.
Don't DC Fed, don't put that in that universe. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that, man. Because
Prime One Piece is already, their shipping is already bad enough. Don't do that.
See, yeah, that's a topic for another day, man. Because that's right. That's insane. Like, that's literally insane. Wanted to move on to this real quick here. And again, I know this is what a lot of people are wanting to get in their collection. Dan, I know you are excited about this piece. You had the Hot Toys version. You said you sold it off?
I never had the Hot Toys one.
Well, you never had.
I was I'm doing the, you know, what Shane said. I'll wait for art.
Things. I'm telling you. I got a effing list right here, bro. This is my list of shit. It's filled up with things that I wrote down and I've been writing down from shows, bro, just to make sure. But go ahead. What were you gonna say, Dan?
This is phenomenal, bro. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I just cannot wait to get this in hand. Just waiting on the email, pay it off. It's incredible. The other head sculpt's creepy as shit. Because Pennywise is a dope character. Really good films as well. So yeah, this is definitely, it hits all those boxes for me, and I yeah, I have to get this. I was on the fence on it before, but after seeing the real final product pictures of this, I can't miss out on this one. There's a lot of other things I'll miss out on, but this, I definitely need it.
Yeah, definitely. And I know Calvin, you're getting this, right?
You guys had me in the line on Wednesday, but that drive home cleared my mind. So
I mean, Spec still has it, bro.
They do, and trust me. That's why as soon as he put it on the screen, I was like, damn it, this again. Because it looks phenomenal. And I don't need it. I don't need this at all, especially.
But then you have the Hot Toys one, so you can display one head sculpt on one on the other. You have both faces.
One thing strong, Calvin. It's a test. You know what they're trying to do. It's that Jedi mind trick shit.
One thing about being a driver, I've got nothing but time and space to just. When I say I think, overthink, analyze, overanalyze, reanalyze what I overthought, analyzed before, I've got nothing but time and space to go through my own head. So trust me, I've gone through every avenue and possibility I can use with this. And so I've focused, I have held the focus, I've had the vision. I still want it though. That's the problem. I know I don't need it. I know I have a lot of other shit already on the line.
Give in to your desires.
But I'm cool. For now, I'm cool.
So what you'd say is it's, as Marco would say, it's paralysis by analysis. How the hell hasn't that made it into an episode yet?
You know what? Boom. There you go for the next one. Add in GG's I'm your wife. Add that
in. No, I'm afraid of Gigi. No.
I meet her for the first time in like 2 weeks.
Your
I
voice,
look forward to it.
Your voice even said he's like, no, I'm afraid of Gigi. No.
No, do you know what though? I agree with Gigi because Marco wanted to get like another Joker, and I was like, I was losing my mind on the stream. I was losing my mind. I was like, Marco, come on, think about this. They're going to release something that's mind blowing. That's not the Joker, and then you might have just played for the Joker, dude. Like, and then when they did, like, she said no. Like, I was completely agree with Gigi.
I thought she was going to choke him out. I literally thought she was going to jump on him. She was like the way she said no, but the tone, like.
She meant
we all have women that we live with. You know that tone. That was that. If we weren't on screen right now, this would be a problem.
Yeah. Marco is officially the Heath Ledger Joker collector. That's who he is.
I thought I was. I mean,
he's going to change his name.
I got a whole case here. This is all Heath Ledger stuff in this case here. I thought I was bad. Damn, he got me beat by far.
So Palal 89. Did I order it yet? So
did you order it? I forgot about that. Did you order it?
So I haven't yet. Not yet.
Okay, you got the sign off.
I know I did, bro, but I had to think about it, and I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. The reason why I'm going to do it is because, again, from this twisted mind myself, it was like everybody has to have that one character or that one thing that terrorizes them. We know that the Joker himself terrorizes everybody. So I was like, how about not having Pennywise terrorize him? You know what I mean? And just fuck with him. So I was like, I would want to do something sort of like that. That would be incredible. But yeah, I think I will. I haven't done it yet. I know it's available still right now through Spec. So I definitely will. I just haven't done it as of yet, as of right now, because I wanted to kind of make sure everything else I had coming was secured. But yeah, I think I'll do it. But it was just like I don't know. It was just one of those moments that I was like, I had to think about it really quick. And I know how Toya is. So she says that, but then she'll be like, okay, you can get it, but think about this. You may not be able to get this. And I'm like, okay, I knew there was a monkey wrench somewhere. So I was like, let me just kind of think about that really quick.
They're good for that one.
Yeah, like they'll be like, yeah, sure, get it. But we do have this. And I'm like, ain't that some shit? So I was like, yeah.
So they're getting
it. Yeah, we'll see.
He's getting it.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that works. So before we close out, I wanted to ask this question because this is one of the questions so far, because we're mid-year, actually almost rounding out this year. So I wanted to know where you guys kind of sit with this, because again, we talk about a lot that's actually happened, and it doesn't have to be top 5. It's just mainly one so far. you know what I mean, of where we actually sit, because we talk about like a lot of figures have come, a lot of news has been out there, a lot of things have actually happened within the community. You know, so I want to know where you guys sit with basically your top top disappointment. I'm just going to say your top disappointment of 2023 so far, where you're basically sitting with it. Top disappointment when it comes to collecting right now so far, your top disappointment, and where you actually sit with that. So let me know if you had to basically choose one. You don't have to choose top 5, but your top disappointment right now so far in 2023 in the collecting in this collecting universe that we're in right now.
Batman Begins.
Was that 2023? It was 2023, wasn't it?
No,
Was
that was
it?
2022, man.
That's 22.
Oh,
Yeah,
was it?
late 22.
But
Well, it carries over to
still
this
a good
year.
choice.
He said it still carries on. Well, you might as well say it does, because they are still trying, like, not Hot Toys, but commissioned artists and different companies are still trying to perfect it by giving us different head sculpts, capes, and everything. So they don't understand that. You might be on to something with that.
Wait,
bro.
there was another figure though that came out this year that was horrible. I can't remember what it was.
I'll get
I'll
on it.
come back to
One
you.
second, you know where it is. I'll get on it.
So
I
I'm gonna go.
I bet you I'll know what it is.
I think Shane knows what it is. Yeah, I
I
can't
bet
remember,
you'll
but I
find
know
it.
there was another one that was like everybody was like, "Oh fuck!" I didn't plan on getting it in the first place, but I just can't remember.
Was it the Spider-Man 2099 before they changed it?
That
Or
was
the
one
Neo?
of them. Those are both pretty bad. Damn, I can't remember it. All I know is that Batman Begins will be forever the worst atrocity to a Batman figure I've seen. So that sticks with me.
So I
Sticks with me.
think that my disappointment, and I'm gonna go with this really quick. I think my disappointment is going to probably upset a lot of people. It is, bro, and I kind of and I understand if it does, but mind you, it's just because of the expectations that I had with this piece, and it's my only disappointment. So I'm sorry in advance, okay? But my biggest disappointment so far has been this figure.
Damn.
I'm sorry. It has been this figure, bro. And Dan, you know why. You know why.
The head's a little tough.
Bro, the head
So
really,
you're saying it's a butterface?
bro,
No, it just pops off.
It pops off. Like literally, when it comes to articulation, bro, you can turn the neck, but there's no looking up, there's no looking down.
I mean, mine looks up pretty far. People comment on my video saying like, "My head doesn't go up that far."
Nah, it does not. Mine does not at all, bro. And literally, when you pop this on, here's the thing, bro. There were no improvements on the body, which I knew that they weren't. There's no toe.
The body's a lot better. I've seen the other one in hand. It's very.
You know what it is?
Human.
No toe articulation whatsoever, bro. Like the shoulders, like normally, like it's just, to me, look, I have it. I plan on doing what I can with it, because again, I love No Way Home, but this was, for me, when I got it in hand, it was a disappointment. Just for me. I'm not saying for everybody, and it might be for everybody, and I get it, understand it, but for me, so far, this was definitely a disappointment. Really quick, $4 super chat, $4.99 super chat by Lumi. Thank you so much for the kids. I appreciate that, Lumi, and thank you for being here.
Hey, look at Mark Lee's comment above that.
What'd you say?
Look at Mark Lee's comment right above that.
I think Batman Begins was a bad enough release to last for the next 5 years.
I think that's pretty much how I'm feeling.
That's pretty much the consensus. What I mean, Louis Lebitz, he said, "Stop, Lael, Mickey Mouse hands." He did, like, definitely, bro. Those hands. Here's the thing, because when you look at the figure and you look at the hands, You can is a no. You see that? You see that right there, bro?
I said it in
Like,
my review. Yeah.
There's a noticeable difference between them.
The colors don't match. Yeah.
At all, bro. And I'm like, how? Look at that, bro. Mickey Mouse fingers, bro. It looks like basically Disney put out a Spider-Man Mickey Mouse glove, bro. That's what it looks like.
Well, I can tell you right now, the hand's not even all the way in.
Would you say, bro? Yeah, it's not in
plastic. Like, is that a plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's how the hands look, bro. I was thoroughly disappointed from
they just didn't do a very good color match at all.
No, not at all. And they rushed this thing out, bro. I think that if they would have took more time.
Okay, now that you pointed it out, every picture now I see it.
You see the difference, bro. Like it's and I'm like, oh man, like
they could have made it matte and it would have helped a little bit.
Yeah, bro. It would have probably helped. Paint. Yeah, like matte, if they matte it down, or even, bro, like why not give us hands that have a bit of material on it? You can do something like that, bro. You can kind of pull it off a bit. You know what I mean? Like I would settle for something like that rather than, but for me, it was just mainly the neck. Every time I try to, I have to hold the neck in place to move the head around a certain way. And sometimes it still has a tendency to fall out. So that's it for me. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, again, for everybody else, they might enjoy, and I'm glad you do. It's just for me so far, 2023, that's been my biggest disappointment because I really wanted this figure to be dope. And for me, it's just, I don't know, it didn't work. What about you, Shane?
Biggest disappointment. Yeah, maybe it's a strange one because we talked about it today, but yeah, that the Doc Ock head sculpt is, yeah, it's definitely a bit disappointing.
So that Doc Ock is still,
yeah. Like the head sculpt is disappointed, but
yeah,
I'm still hyped that I'm going to get it. You know, it's in figure all as a figure. Some of its parts looks good, but that head sculpt, yeah, definitely a bit disappointing. All right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, mammy. But yeah, it does. Yeah, I get it, bro. I definitely get it, man. What about you, Cal? Where you sitting at, bro?
Top of my head, I think all three that you guys have said so far, I can't think of a bad one. I can't think of anything I've gotten in that I was disappointed with this year.
Yeah. I see. The thing is, I have my top 5 of the best, but I'm just waiting for a later show on that one. But I just wanted to say, so far, 2023. My biggest disappointment, and so far it was that, I mean, again, I did pre-order that Andrew Garfield head sculpt to see if that would be improved a bit slightly.
Did you go RCN?
Yeah.
I went with the Blackgate Studio. They did like a bearded version and a non-bearded version because the RCN.
I think
was,
okay, no, then that's the version I did then.
Oh,
that's the version I did.
The bearded one.
I got the bearded one.
Yeah, I think that's pretty damn good. If it turns out like that, and it's relatively cheap as well, so
yeah,
hopefully it turns out good.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, and it's not saying like the head sculpt that comes with this figure is bad, because it's not.
But he's young though, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like really, 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 really young, and the neck piece is just, again, oh my god. I'm not saying that the version, the third party version, is going to basically be an improvement as far as articulation. But at least it gives me something better with the actual head sculpt. So that's what I'm looking at.
Do you know what though? Like there's 2 figures I'm looking at here in my shelves. Like I can see Tom Hiddleston up here as Loki, and then I'm looking at that Cable. Like, and both of those figures, when they dropped, like there was cause for concern, and rightly so, because the blogger photos for Cable didn't really put it in the best light, or didn't even maybe it's the lighting, or it was the posing, or whatever it was. And then the Loki head sculpt. Remember that one? It was like, you know, the figure was here, and the person took the phone, the picture like really close up, but like I've got Loki up there with the helmet on. He looks pretty damn good, like, you know. But then again, I've never really been a fan of the in-hand argument. Typically, like I've never got a figure in hand that looks brutal, you know, in the multiple reviews that I've seen, and then as an absolute shrink ray when I get it in. But at the same time, I've never got a figure in that looks fantastic in reviews, and then I get it in and it's awful. There might be some marginal difference, but those two figures they were met with controversy when they were first put out, but then on the shelf it's like, no, that's low-key to me. So
Yeah.
I don't have confidence with this one. No, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You know, damn you, Beskar. I see what you're doing. You're trying to get an emotional reaction. I'm going Vulcan on you, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. DC Fett, old tech, new release. Yeah, that's basically what it was. How it felt. Yeah. I wish. He said, interesting. I quite like TASM 2.0. I actually don't mind the neck mechanism. Yeah, it's bro, it's just that I want to be able, especially during posing, I want to be able to really articulate the figure and push it as far as I can without having that neck piece pop. And maybe it's just mine. It might just be mine that happens to, that the neck piece pops off almost all the time. You know what I mean? So right now I just have him standing with Tom Holland and you know, then that Stan Lee from, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, that's it. I didn't really do anything crazy with it because it was just I was just disappointed. So I don't know. Maybe the change once, you know, the Tobey Maguire figure drops and have all three of them together, that takes the focus off of that one, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see how that happens. But I don't know. Anyway, we got 73 people in here watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. On my way to 4,000 subscribers. Want to make sure that I actually get there. Again, man, it's been a great show today. Great conversations all around, man. Shane, what you got going on? What you got coming up, bro?
I'm going to reply to Beskar here, right, with a whip quitty. There you go, gotcha now. Sorry, Beskar, but there's a rumor going around that you've started skipping leg day. Just saying.
Word.
It's out there, man. Telling you.
Get him where it hurts.
You're about to get a whole bunch of DMs of leg picks.
Yeah. So what's going on? So got the Hope Show tomorrow night. Luminara, then we'll be on an episode of Visions next Saturday. And I gotta do a video on that C3PO because I do still think it looks great, even though I'm not gonna get it. Mm-hmm. And I'm working on a collection tour. So yeah.
Ooh. So, want to see that? Okay.
They've been working on it for a while and just working on it for the last week or two, and then I like this one. I think it's going to be good. So hopefully I get that signed off and finished. And yeah,
definitely want to check that out, bro. Make sure
Tom for life.
He said Tom for life. Definitely want to check that out, man. Make sure you guys out there, make sure you follow the 16 Figure Focus on Instagram, YouTube. Great content as always. Tune into the Hope Show as always, man. Thank you for being here. Kyle, what you got going on, bro?
I think I got roped into your guys' Brooks. Was it Brews and Brooks?
Bricks and Brews. Later on, are you gonna be on that tonight?
So I was like, because Cuervo hit me. He was like, "You coming on?" I was like, "I'll just chime in." He's like, "Man, come on!" And I was like, outside of my Batmobile, I don't have anything Lego to put together. So he sent me like 5 little mini.
Word.
So I was like, damn it. So I think I'm gonna go get one. I saw one I liked. So I was like, okay, I think I might go pick that up. And so
yeah, I get a chance to finally start putting together this Slave One over here. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm excited.
I almost had it out. My boy hit me for a Niner game. I think I think this is the opener today. So he was supposed to have a get together. He just hit me this morning saying reschedule. I was like, well, Bricks and Brews it is, I guess. So let me get over to Target to go pick this up. So I'll see you guys around that time.
Hell yeah, that's gonna be fun tonight. Bricks and Brews tonight with Usby showing himself, man. Make sure you tune in. It's gonna be fun. Tonight, I think it's 6 o'clock for me, I believe. I don't know. I'm going to check and see what time it is. But yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be fun, super fun. Last but not least, Dan, cheating ass Dan, what you got going on, bro?
Thanks for, having me on as always. I got a couple reviews I still got to do. I have something special coming in, hopefully tomorrow, Star Wars related. So stay tuned for that. I will be teasing that. I'm really excited about it.
Okay.
But you guys will see it once I get it in hand. It's really dope. But
cool.
Still got to do my 3K giveaway. I'm still deciding on what I want to give away because I don't like just giving away anything. I like giving away like some really unique, cool pieces. So
Yeah,
just trying to decide on what I want to do. But yeah, it might even be something from my collection. I don't know.
word.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm still working on that. So I haven't forgot about it. And yeah, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Always fun Sunday mornings with you guys.
Hell
And, yeah. Hit that like button, motherfuckers.
Like I do. Man, thanks for being here, and thank you guys out there for being on the show today. What do we got? Bricks and Brews later on with Usually. I can't wait for that. Tomorrow night, Comic Book Talk with Friends, as always. We'll be back. We took hiatus last week. We'll be back this week. So me, Vinny, and the rest of the gang will be there. What we have here, Say What Wednesday, of course. Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday, and yes, Figure Flex Friday, back next Friday for it. Also, congrats to the winners of the Mace Windu figure week. Basically had F Wellington, 14 Wellington, who actually won that, and also the $100 gift card went to Six Scale Mafia. He won it, so that's incredible. So definitely appreciate everybody out there who participated in that. We'll have another Flex War starting next month, and that's going to actually ride out until the end of the year. The winner of that one will be announced during the first week of January. So definitely, and the figure that we're going to be giving away will be announced next Friday. So make sure you tune in for that. So Figure Flex Wars will be starting out again first week of October, which is my birthday month. So yes, cannot wait for that. But yeah, back again next week or next Sunday for Collectors Lounge International again. So just basically tune in if you can. But yeah, lots to talk about again. Let's see what we get this week. Hopefully we get some. Come on, Morbius, man. Drop that Morbius. Stop playing. Just
Man,
give me that
I'm going to
Michael
say
Morbius.
it every week. Batman,
bro. Give me that Michael Morbius. Give me that Batman, bro. But I think there's going to be
release
some
window. The release window on the Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman I think it's down to September in Sideshow. I think it's just
imminent.
I think
It's imminent. I can taste it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'll double check now, but I think they've narrowed it. I know it was delayed. It went from 6 months to 3 months. I think that they have it down to September. So that if that's the case, it might be an indication that it's coming. So 1 second, I nearly have this now. Pre-release.
Waiting on that Mark III to drop.
That too. I have one. I have the shipping
yeah.
payment. That's it.
That's what I'm waiting on.
So I have it here, and it says, expected to ship 2023. So that would be the regular version, the deluxe version, the signal, all that stuff.
See, the thing is, I didn't order the Hot Toys version. I ordered the in-art version.
You got the in-art version, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to see what they do.
One less invoice, man. One less invoice.
Mm-hmm.
So what if the Hot Toys one is really good? Would you go back and get that one too to give you a different display option or no?
Look at Dan messing with your head.
Nah.
That's the point.
Nah, because like I said, I'm sticking with one with that, man, and have the all-in set with both figures. And
so I plant the seeds, Shane. I gotta plant the seeds.
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do it, man, because it isn't. Again, I like that in-art version. I like what we see so far. And like I said, I know that they're going to knock it out the park with the detail and also having the bat signal all in set. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm getting, everything all in. So, I'm fine with that. What'd you say?
So you need the bat cycle too.
Oh, now that's what I want to get. The cycle is what I want to get. So I don't have any qualms with that. The cycle, definitely, because in-art's not doing the actual cycle from what I know. They haven't done it yet. They said they were actually going to do the Batmobile. I haven't seen that yet, but the Bat Cycle is definitely what I want to get because I think that would be a dope display. And it was crazy because me and Toya, we were out at Lowe's yesterday. I was getting my mom a spider plant for her birthday. And we saw, what we saw was so phenomenal. I don't even want to tell people what it is. I'm just going to plant a seed that there's something coming. Something that is coming that's going to be part of a display that I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel will appreciate. So when I'm done with it, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but from what I see so far, bro, it's Calvin, you're going to be impressed, bro. You're definitely
Look
gonna
forward
be
to it.
impressed.
Let's see what you got. What you got?
And watch when I do it. I can't. It's gonna be phenomenal. I just got to see how the ingenuity is gonna work with it. But
Now,
again,
you said
yeah,
Lowe's,
man.
And I've been
Yeah.
to Home Depot lately, and I know it's Halloween season.
Well, it
So-
had nothing to do with Halloween, though.
Okay.
That's the thing. It's
Okay.
not a Halloween piece, even though they
Okay.
got a lot of shit, bro. I think I spend more time in Lowe's and Home Depot, and then also at home than the average person, bro. I'm always in these places, man. Like it's just whatever, especially for like the holiday season, Christmas, and all that. I'm always there, bro. But definitely, and somebody said Cad Bane. They're hoping to get that this week. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, Cobb Vanth.
Oh, not Cad Bane. I'm sorry, Cobb Vanth. Definitely, like, I mean, I don't know. That could, that could hit. There's a lot that's out there that could hit at any given time. You know what I mean? So we just gotta wait and see. I hope that this year though they treat us better, bro. And start pacing that shit out over the months and don't just dump on us in one day.
They're gonna dump it. They're gonna dump it. They're
You know
gonna
what I
say,
mean?
fuck your kids, fuck your wife. You don't
I
get
know.
no Christmas this year. You're gonna get all these damn figures. That's what they're gonna say.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Anyway,
year.
I know it's gonna be some bullshit. Anyway, thank you.
2024 is gonna be different. I'm not holding myself down pat with all these damn pre-orders next year. I'm gonna be nice and clean next year.
You know what, bro?
I promise.
I'm with
I haven't
you.
ordered.
I
I
think
haven't
I'm
ordered.
with you.
I haven't ordered shit really this year. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to next year and having a nice smooth year of just being able to pick and choose.
Hell
what
yeah,
I want.
bro.
So
Until they drop
I
something
just-
you really want.
Right.
but I won't be like, I mean, if you know how many fucking pre-orders I have out there from like 21 to 22 that are still like lingering over to now. So like, I'm just saying, like, that's why I just refuse to pre-order anything now or order anything new. Because, you know, you get those windows where you have nothing coming in and then you start eBay tricking and be like, what can I find? What can I fill in? What can I do? I'm not doing none of that.
Isn't Peacemaker ready to come out soon too?
Peacemaker too, bro. Like they haven't.
I didn't
What the
order
fuck
that.
is going on with that figure, bro?
Didn't order that.
I need it.
Shane, are you getting that Peacemaker, bro?
Funny story about that Peacemaker. I really liked the show. And it was one of those ones where like I really liked the show, but I was like, you probably don't need it. And I was on a stream about a year ago and I said, maybe they'll update the joints. Maybe they'll fix the face sculpt, update the joints, because a lot of people are annoyed.
Yeah.
And Joel was in the chat and he said, Hot Toys will never do this.
Oh yeah.
If they will do this, I will buy you one and send you one. The next day, that's exactly what they did. So he messages me and kind of goes, okay, I owe you Peacemaker, send location. So I was going, dude, it wasn't a bet. Like two people have to agree on the bet, like, and there has to be a wager, like a forfeit for me as well. And he said, no, I said it, but I'll just wait until it goes to $100 and then I'll get it. But I was like, yeah, but still, you're getting me something for free, like, you know what I mean?
A man of integrity. I like that.
I said to him multiple times, and I gave it a few
Russian
months,
man of
and he made the joke again, and I said to him again, going, you don't have to do that, so...
Yeah. Bro, so you are damn.
Apparently I am getting it, apparently, but like, if Joe, if you're
What
watching
about
this in the replay, yeah, you don't have to do that.
He's going to do it.
Also, on a random note, you remind me of Batman Day. I think some of the cinemas here are showing The Dark Knight next Saturday.
This Saturday, yes. All three movies are being played, actually.
I don't know if anywhere in Ireland's actually doing that, which
I
is
think they're
annoying,
doing it
because I
here.
would totally do that.
You would go see it?
I'd go see the trilogy if they're doing it. That'd be awesome.
And so it's funny you say that. So while you guys are talking, I'm sitting there watching Dark Knight right now, right? Because I just got, and this is why I got these little
Oh, cool. Yeah.
all 6 of the first mass. So I'm watching. I'm like, well, I want them to be in succession of how they hit the screen. So I'm sitting here putting them all in order of how they showed up. So that's what I'm over here doing.
It's
right now.
dedication. I like that.
Nice. See, that's
and the back of them have a nice little Batman little figure on the side too. I didn't know that came with that. Sweet.
oh word.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, has a nice little hook on the
Nice.
back there.
So you can put those on figures.
You probably could. They're 6 scale, so if you wanted to, I'm sure you could actually. So if I got like little 5 other
Runts.
bad dudes,
like
and I can put them in there
grunts
with
and you can just create it.
because I already have a bank robber Joker, so
And that's what I'm saying. It would be dope to have them behind him
So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna put it in the display, but yeah, I've got all 6.
You
here.
know
So
what
I
would be
was trying to
dope?
make sure they're in order.
So Calvin, let me put a bug in here. You know what would be
Come on.
dope is if you had them all, right?
You notice how he gets that little curl of that Grinch curl when he goes, let me put a bug in your ear and he gets close
But
to the mic.
listen, if you had them all, have Joker in the front, behind him have the grunts, and each grunt is standing behind each other with a gun pointed at each other's head because of the simple
They kill
fact.
each other.
Exactly. Have them at different poses.
I'm sitting here watching that shit right now. Yeah.
Exactly. Have a
That'd be
gun or have something pointed at him, definitely, and get to the Joker because that's something he planned. You feel me?
So somebody find me 5 cheap ass bodies in suits.
You just need some mechanical suits, and that's it. Some mechanic suits.
That's all you need. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Shane can find some shit like that for you, bro. He's a Dark Knight fan. He got you. He got you. So anyway, everybody, thank you for tuning in. It's been a great show. Damn, now I got to go back and probably watch because they actually had a Dark Knight marathon on, was it TBS or TNT the other day? Like they had it just showing back to back. They've been doing it a lot lately, so I don't know.
I'm not sure what theaters are doing it, but Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and The Rises are all supposed to be playing
Batman
on Saturday
Begins.
for Batman Day. Yeah.
I don't know. That might put a bad taste in Dan's mouth because he has to watch the Batman Begins and think.
Why can't I get a fucking figure of the shit?
I'm putting it together, man. I said I wouldn't, but I've ordered that Jackson shoe custom cowl. I've got the OT Customs cape arrived.
You're just going to redo it. Yeah.
I got the base that I looked at for the base that Dean Knight uses. It's like the really skinny one.
Okay.
Agent Silverfox tracked it down for me, and
the Spider-Man 3 one.
Ian. Yeah, it's just perfect because it's wide enough that he can stand in it, but narrow enough that the cape will drape down because I don't want it to gather because you want that scene.
Right.
So I think Brian from Six Scale Scavengers he bought the 2.0 and it's the matte one, but he really doesn't like it. And he doesn't want to invest any more into it. So I think maybe my people might talk to his people, see if he's selling it.
I found somebody selling it. I found it on sale at a retailer for like $220, but I still haven't pulled the trigger.
People are not dropping the price on that thing, bro.
Well, Sideshow still. I don't even think they're doing promos on it yet.
Nah,
I've had several coupons that I've waited to use on that, and they won't let it go. So when I saw it on sale, I was like, but I still haven't pulled the trigger.
Maybe
Sideshow's always the last to do anything, bro, when it comes to sales.
And maybe they've copped that, like
maybe for Black Friday.
Yeah.
And don't we got Spooktacular coming up too?
Yeah.
And then you get points for adding that, don't you? I had like $155 worth of points, and I'd no open orders at Sideshow. And I generally, like, if you don't use them for like a year, they expire at the end of the month or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So some of mine were due to expire. So I ordered the Catwoman. I took a risk on it. I don't know what that hair is
that's
gonna be
one.
like.
That's another one I can't wait for. That's November, right?
Yeah.
I cannot fucking wait for that figure,
That shit was
bro.
supposed to come out in like January.
Yeah.
Fucking wait for that figure, bro.
The Batpod's sitting there. The DX19's up there, so no one's with him. So she's gone on that.
See, I got the
Damn,
stats.
Shane, you just fucking reminded me, bro, because I want to have her next to the Batmobile. I mean the Tumbler, because I have that and I have the pod, but the pod is still in the box. I haven't put it up yet. I want to have it. Yeah, fuck Shane.
Did you open it and check it? 'Cause my first one, the cannon came broken, so just check it, just to make sure. But
yeah, I checked it. I pulled it out the box and kind of took a look at it. Shout out to Superhero Displays. New member, man. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you very much for that, man. As always, so glad to see you back. Superhero Displays. That is my okay. You see this? So remember, motherfuckers was making fun of me for not having Mario. Was making fun of me for not actually having the what was it? The New Hope Luke. Bro, these cats. Superhero Displays, number one, bro. Shout out to Superhero Displays for coming through so many times. Like, he basically came through, and also my man Ian, Agent Silver Fox. Definitely, I got a Joker print from Superhero Displays. That's incredible. Is it still over there? Did I ever show y'all the print? Hold on, real quick before I end the show. Hold on.
Speaking of Joker, Shane, have I showed you this?
No, you didn't show me that. Is it a statue? Is it?
Yeah, it's the premium format from Sideshow.
Is that based off? It's not Arkham, is it?
No, it's just a regular Joker comic.
Oh right, yeah. And obviously it's a piece of a statue. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, not my face.
Man, the detail.
I remember seeing that at SCCC last year, and I never pulled the trigger. But yeah, that's a nice piece, especially the base.
They only made 600 of these.
That's as creepy as Pennywise, man.
Yeah,
It's pretty damn cool.
It's a dope piece, man. Oh, that's a sick one too.
Oh yeah.
That's from The Killing Joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's dope.
That's awesome.
And it's signed by Brian Boland.
That's cool, man.
Nice.
Like superhero displays really came through. Such a good guy, bro. I love that dude. Love that.
That's
dude.
pretty. That's awesome.
With you having that print and it's still rolled up, has anyone else invested into a portfolio so that way you don't have your prints rolled up like that? I've been debating on getting myself one because I've got several here and several more on the way. But that way you have
getting a portfolio.
So you can put it where it's
I would do it and flatten out.
If you don't have the space to frame them,
I frame mine. So.
I frame them, but then I don't have spaces to put the frame, so I get portfolios for it. If you can get like a really big portfolio for your prints.
I'm looking into them. I'm looking to purchase one. So, because I'm tired of my stuff just being rolled up where I can't even see it. So I want to be able to do that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. But anyway, I know it. I've been saying we're going to end the show. We're going to end it now. Sorry about that. We just keep talking about shit. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. It's been a great show. Again, until next week, we will be back. Again, have a nice weekend. And yeah, be kind. I got a 3-day week. Well, actually, I got a day off tomorrow, so I'm going to enjoy that as well. So again, thank you for being here. We love y'all. Till next week, we are out. Peace, 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 peace. My computer's messed